Today's episode sponsor is Indies United Publishing House. They have a short story contest running that's a great opportunity for both published and aspiring authors. Because this is a fun contest that you don't want to miss, I thought this would be an excellent thing to share with you. Stay tuned to hear more about the contest and how to enter. You'll find the direct link in the show notes.
Submit your short story and have it considered for cash prizes, awards, a publishing contract with Indies United, literary exposure, and more. For more information about the Small Bites Short Story Contest, visit indiesunited.net.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Tamara, and today we are going to do our annual year-end review of the 12 buddy read titles that we've read in 2023. We've got a lot to cover, so we're going to jump right on in. Joining me is the Buddy Read feature co-host, Classy, from the Bookish Virtual Assistant. Welcome back, Classy.
Hey, Tamara, how are you this evening?
Oh, if I could talk, that would be great.
It's been a long day.
Yes, it has been. So, Classy, share where people can find you before we begin.
You can find me on Instagram at the Bookish Virtual Assistant and on Facebook as the Bookish Virtual Assistant, and on Twitter, just Classy Green.
Okay. So you guys, if you'd like to see us in video format, head on over to Patreon. You can check out this video recording without commercials. Along with this ad-free video podcast episode, you'll also gain access to after shows, reading vlogs, and other exclusive content. Okay, Classy, let's jump to it. High level, how did your 2023 go with the buddy reads?
It went okay. I did an average of about, I think most of the books we read averaged to, well, for me, about a 3. So that's okay. It wasn't spectacular.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, who doesn't expect a spectacular reading year? So it was an okay 2023.
Yes, I'm with you with that. I mean, overall, I think it was a fair year, you know. I only had one 5-star, and that book I had already read, which was Gone Girl, as we'll talk about later. So overall, I think that's disappointing that I couldn't get one 5-star read of this year.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of good discussions despite that, so I think that was good. And like you, my average was like 3. Honestly, it came in like 3.16. So it was 3.
Yep, exactly. And my 5-star read was Gone Girl too. And again, that was a 1-hour reread. So, yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about comparing just really quickly how we did this year versus last year.
Okay.
Because I remember last year, we also thought we had kind of a meh year.
And
it feels kind of like a repeat. So did your ratings go up a little bit or down a little bit from last year?
It went down a little bit. Last year I averaged like 3.18. This year was 3.16, which just sounds like is your same average. So yeah, it went down a little bit, and but it didn't feel like it. Like, I don't know why, maybe just because you forget from the previous year, but I was like, last year seemed so much better. But then when I looked at the books and in the order, I think it's because we ended the year with a bang.
Yes.
November and December were back-to-back 4s. So, but
that's what helped the curve last year.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot, like last year I had 2 2s. This year I had 3 2s. Which I think pulled the curve down.
Yeah.
But also this year we had the 5 from Gone Girl. Last year, I personally had 0 5s last year.
Yeah, neither did I. No 5s, 1, 2, 3, 4 4-star ratings, 2 2s, and the rest were 3s. So yeah, it was that end of the year, those 2, matter of fact, the fours that we had were February and June. So
Mm-hmm.
between June and the end of the year, everything was threes and twos. So
Mm-hmm.
those two Kirsten Moglin books, yeah, they changed the curve of our rating big time. So, and I think that's what I was thinking. Cause when you end the year like that, that's what you remember. Like,
Yes.
so
For me, again, 1 5-star, 3 4-stars, 3 3-stars, and 3 2-stars.
wow. Is that last year or this year?
This year.
This year. Mine's for this year. 1 5, 3 4-stars, 5
Mm-hmm.
3-stars, and 3 2-stars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably about the same. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No.
It's so funny. We're very similar in our ratings. Every once in a while,
Yeah.
like for I think this year we kind of clashed on.
Hyde, I gave 3. I'm not sure. I think
No, I gave Hyde a 3 too.
What was the other one?
Oh, maybe that was last year. Yeah, no, I'm thinking of last year.
Last year we clashed on the
The
children.
children. Mm-hmm.
Darby Kane, we did the same. Oh. Stone Cold Fox, I gave a 2. What did you give?
Me too.
Oh,
I gave it a 2.
see? Never Going Home, I gave a 3.
That I gave a 2.
Yes, and that was the
Mhm.
one where I recommend.
I'm like, why did you like this?
Girl, that was one of those mindless reads, and it filled a need or a gap in my reading at the time, and it was just like, oh, okay, this isn't bad. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, that's that one where we had that difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, even with that still didn't make my worst read of the year. It wasn't.
No, mine either.
What are the chances we have the same one?
Hunger.
No, that wasn't the one I
No.
picked. I think I rated The Hunger higher than you. I gave it a 3. What did you give it?
A 2.
Okay. So I put down, so for my worst read of the year, I think it was actually kind of a tie between The Last Invitation and Stone Cold Fox. But Stone Cold Fox had the edge of being slightly better because at least I was laughing and entertained.
Yes.
So that leaves The Last Invitation as the loser.
Yeah.
The biggest loser.
Yeah, because that one it got to a point where I was just pissed off. Like,
Yeah.
why? What was the reason for this book? Why did you write this? Yeah, that book just kind of pissed me off. But yeah, Hunger was the worst for me because there was no hunger. There was no hunger. It was, or the description of it. It was like, why were the people hungry? Besides, they ran out of food, but the description of this disease or the people were eating, there was a lot of
They
things that
hunger for
just,
blood.
yeah,
For
it just
people,
was a lot of things was not making sense. I
Mhm.
felt like the synopsis, it was all foolery, fuckery, all of it. It was,
Mhm.
yeah. So I was just disappointed. Too many fucking characters. Sorry, now my tongue is loose.
Girl, you're fine.
Yeah, it just got to be. She pulled me in and then totally disappointed me.
Mhm.
So
I
yeah.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the best, but again, that was fine. I thought it was fine. It was an okay read for
Yeah.
me. I was entertained. Definitely wasn't the worst for me though, but
Yeah. Yeah, she was getting up right. Like, she pissed me off with that book too. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it would
get
be
it.
her, that one, and then The Last Invitation. Those were my 2,
Mhm.
but I think it was just at that point with The Hunger, it was they didn't they market it as horror or something, and it was like,
They
this ain't
did.
even horror. I wasn't
No.
scared at all. Yeah.
I mean, like we said in that book chat, like, I guess if the cannibalism makes people scared, but that's so stupid because that's nothing new. It's been in lots of books. It's a hip part of,
Yeah, but it wasn't even descriptive as far as the
No.
cannibalism. There was
No.
so yeah, it was like a fucking boogeyman that you didn't see, So, but yeah, that was my
I
worst.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's flip the script and go with our best. I feel like it's slim pickings, but I did have quite a few 4s. What about you?
Ooh, I had 1, 2, 3. I think I had 1, 2, 3 4s. Yeah. So my best, you said? The Last Word.
Oh, me too. Me too.
I was so happy. I was so happy that Taylor
I was
redeemed
scared.
himself. I know.
I was scared, girl.
Man.
I was like, oh God. After Hairpin Bridge, I was like, oh God. Oh no.
I know.
But it was a success.
I was so happy. I was like, he's redeemed himself. Yes, he's back. Or at least for this book anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, for this.
But that was my favorite. Because I was just like, yes, Taylor. This is the Taylor I know.
Yeah.
Or I like. Yeah.
I was feeling kind of like flip-floppy for a minute. For me, it was originally between Lies I Tell and The Last Word. But I think The Last Word had the slight edge because we had read him before and I felt like I was more vested in the end result of liking that book or not liking that book.
Yeah.
So I and honestly, the Last Word was a very good read. It was a 4 out of 5. It was very good. But I still think Whatchamacallit is better. I still think his original was better.
Definitely. The Exit, the last,
yeah,
is it Last?
No Exit.
No Exit, yeah. Oh.
So, I mean, No Exit was like it was very, very, very good. If anyone wants to try him, I recommend that. And then this, and then kind of don't bother with Hairpin Bridge.
It's almost like, it almost feels like he didn't even write it. It does or he switched up the style of writing or something with that one. I just felt like it wasn't him or his, like he wanted to try something different, which some authors do, but it didn't I didn't feel his voice in that book.
Yeah, it was weird, like with the twins and the cop, and it was just like all these things. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But he pulled it, he got it together.
Yes. He's like, let me go on back to what I know.
And I feel like, I guess also because we review books, I think I had a really strong association with the main character in that book. I'm like, oh my God.
This could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah. That was the fun part too.
And like her, I will have the last word if someone tries to come for me.
Read enough.
You will not win.
Yes. Be to the death.
I know, right? Like, oh my gosh. Okay. So let's talk about our biggest disappointment of the year. Now, this may not be the same as the worst book. It could be disappointing for another reason. Do you have a biggest disappointment?
I do. It is The Invitation by Darby Kane. Because that was our third Darby Kane book. And we were hoping she would redeem herself.
Yes.
And she didn't. We were like, let's start off the year with Darby because it had great ratings at the beginning of the year. I can't remember when the book was published or released. It might have been released end of December. So we were like, let's go for it. We loved, dang it, what was the first book that we loved?
Was it The Perfect Wife?
Yeah, The Perfect Wife or the something wife.
Something.
Yeah. And we were like, and we didn't like the second book. It was weird.
That was The Replacement Wife.
Yes.
And that was the very first book we read last year, and it was trash. sorry, not
So
sorry.
we were like, let's try another one. Maybe
Mhm.
she'll redeem herself because, like we said, the ratings were good
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year. But yeah, I was highly, as I stated before, I was just pissed off with that book and the characters and like what she did with them. And she's a lawyer.
Mhm.
Darby Kane is a lawyer. And some of the
Yeah.
things she did in this book as a lawyer, I was just like, and I mean,
What?
granted, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the behind the scenes stuff, what lawyers do, but I just felt like it was too far fetched. And
And I remember like the description not really being what the book was about.
yes, yeah,
We were like, wait, that's not what this book is about.
no, not at all. Yeah, so that was mine. How about you? How about you?
Okay, so for me, it was For Your Own Good by Samantha Downing. So that was a 3-star read for me. But it was my biggest disappointment because I had high expectations. You know, I like the author.
Mhm.
I've read a couple of her books,
Right.
and this just really fell flat for me. I feel like my 3-star was generous.
Ooh.
I didn't want to give a 2-star. But
Ooh.
I don't remember really I barely liked that book. Like, I think back to the conversation, and we had some good conversation with it because there were some definitely notable crazy things. Like the point that I counted how many times the author said the word milk. Y'all, milk, 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 milk. I was like, oh my
Does
God.
the body good.
I felt like that. I just felt like I was assaulted with the word
I
milk. It
know.
was so much.
You was like, I became lactose intolerant by the time I ended reading this book.
Yeah, so that's how I felt. I mean, the book wasn't bad per se. It just wasn't what I know she has the capability to put out. I kind of feel like, earlier this month, we were talking about the Frida McFadden book. And you know how one person had commented that she does a lot of books and maybe the quality isn't as good, or, I kind of feel like that's what happened with For Your Own Good. It just kind of slipped through the cracks for me, I think.
Because what was the time frame between her last book? Can you look up her last book in that
I
one?
can look. Yeah, I know she's not putting out several a year like some people,
so
but
I wonder if like she had, maybe it was contract time where they said, hey, we need you to write so many books within a a certain time frame, and she's like, okay,
all
let me
right,
just
well,
get
let's
this one.
see. So 2019, 2020, 21. She's churning out one a year.
One a year? Okay.
One a year.
Okay.
So this was her 2021 release. So this was her 3rd book.
Okay. And you read, now I've only read The Lovely Wife. Is that Samantha?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
My
I didn't
Lovely
read
Wife.
anything else. So out of the other books that you've read of her outside of The Lovely Wife, were they 4 stars or were there 3 and you just enjoyed them more than this? Because you did say your
Yeah.
3 for this was generous.
Yeah, for this one it was, but I liked A Twisted Love Story that came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 3-star read, but I did enjoy it more than For Your Own Good.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot more. It's like this couple is freaking insane. And if you guys check out the interview I did with her, we talk about the couple, and I think it's a toxic relationship, but she tells me she doesn't think toxic is the right word for it. She doesn't think it's toxic. But go back and listen to that interview because I'm like, I think it's toxic. So y'all, if you read
everyone's
that book,
definition is different.
yes.
Oh, now I'm interested in reading this one because there was another one.
Yeah.
The one prior to that, and I think you told me don't even.
That was He Started It. That came out before Your Own
Yeah, and
Good.
you're like, nah, don't even. So I was
Honestly, the best rating I ever gave her was My Lovely Wife.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah.
You guys, if we could recommend one,
Mm-hmm.
that one right there.
And again, it's about a crazy ass couple. She kind of knows
like
what she's doing with the crazy couple.
books.
Yeah.
I think we do like the crazy couples.
It's good. I mean, because the Kirsten book that we read, Kirsten Moglin, crazy couple.
Yeah, we did one a few years ago about a couple. Dang it, what was it? The Perfect Marriage, was it? What was the one where the lady was pushed down the stairs? Well, they weren't a couple though. Remember that one?
Oh my God, what book was that? It was
wasn't it The Perfect? Oh God, what was it?
Wait, it was
something
let me look
marriage.
At the list.
And I can remember the guy, he had the red gym shoes. And
yes. Yes. Hold on, let me look. I gotta look now. So I'm gonna look at our books from 2021. It had to be 2021.
Yeah.
Let me go to my little shelf and take a peek on Goodreads. We're not sponsored. Goodreads, don't you want to sponsor us? Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Okay, let's see.
You know
Let me
you
go
do.
back. I know. All right, let's go back to 21. Let's see. It was, what the hell was it?
It had a white cover.
A white cover.
I think it was something marriage.
Hold on, let me sort this better. Why is this not sorted properly? Come on. All right, here we go.
Oh, no. Not there.
No, the white cover that we read in 21 was These Toxic Things, and that wasn't it. Wasn't the Echo Wife? What was
The
that?
Good Marriage. Kimberly McCrate. And we read that in 2020.
2020.
Yes.
Wow. That's a throwback.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it now. I'm like,
let me see what I rated that. I gave it 4. That was a fun one. I remember.
I gave it a 4 too.
Yeah, I know the guys we're supposed to be doing 2023, but I remember like I was doing something and I couldn't wait to like get back in the car so I could finish reading this book because it was just the whole plot and how this woman was killed. And you're just like, huh?
I mean, weren't they also like going to like a swingers party and stuff? Like, what the hell's going on in this book?
Yeah, and then you had me, and after that, you had me watching the Netflix series about the man who his wife, she died, but they said she died accidentally by falling down the stairs, and she hit her head, but they think he pushed her. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Memorable. Those are
memorable. That was very good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll check out this next one of Samantha's that you mentioned, the one that came out this year.
Twisted Love Story. Yeah.
I'll try. Let me write that down. Twisted Love Story.
Yeah. Give it a try. See what you think. Now, remember, I rated it a 3. I enjoyed it more, but I still gave it a 3. So full disclosure.
So this might not be like one of those my top ones on my list to read. It may be like. So, do you think this would be kind of like what you just mentioned earlier in the month about Frida's book? Just something fun, quick. Okay.
Yes, it's very fast. It's very fast paced. The stuff it's very unrealistic, but you're like, the fuck is happening? It's hilarious.
Okay.
I'm dying.
Okay.
And
it's sometimes we need those in our life.
Yeah.
So that might be on my what the hell list. Because yeah. So she's
it's
not
a
my
summer read to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Take it on your beach vacation or something. You don't have to pay too close attention. Just roll with it.
And you know what? That might be what when you say that, that's probably what Frida is.
Mm-hmm.
She's more of a summer. Quick. You can get through it in a couple sittings. And okay. Cool. All righty.
All right. Next is our biggest surprise read of the year.
Biggest surprise.
Yes.
I had a tie with this one.
Okay.
And I know, well, you know what? We could do ties here because we don't do roundups or whatever on our ratings. But my tie, and I struggled because these two, well, I could say like All the Dangerous Things and The Lies I Tell. But I will say The Lies I Tell was probably my biggest. I'll give that. I'll rank that one higher. I'll take all the dangerous
What
things.
makes it a surprise for you?
Because you know what? I didn't think I was going to really like it at the end. I didn't think I was going to really like it because at first it was like it drew me in with what do you call her? Grifter. She was a grifter, right? And then and she grifted the hell out of some folks. And then it kind of got a little slow, but then that ending,
bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that ending, and
I want a second book.
Yeah, and it really like how she redeemed and what she was doing this for. You know, like she had a fucking purpose, unlike The Invitation.
Yes.
Which
oh my
should have
God.
had a fucking purpose. But it really did. It really surprised me at the end that because like I said, it had its ebbs and flows because I was like, ooh, she's grifting these men and getting money and then it got slow and then it got but yeah, and I wasn't expecting it to be what it was.
There was a lot of setup in that book. She had to set us up to understand. So not only did the author, and this is why I think what made it good, not only did she set us up to understand this long con, it was a long con she was running.
Yeah.
But it also set us up for a secondary character to kind of like just pop up. And then she's like, well, if she's maybe the main character now.
Yeah.
And we had to get her struggles with these men to understand why she may take up the mantle.
Yeah, and then
so she did a lot of work.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't appreciate it until like we got to the podcast and got to talking. And you know, sometimes you don't realize how much you may have liked the book until you kind of let it settle in and you talk and you just like,
Yeah.
This one wasn't as bad as I thought because at first it was just like, but how she had the boyfriend of the other character, the reporter's policeman boyfriend who, she did. She
who
had
was a gambling addict.
Yeah,
who
was
my God,
stealing
stole
money.
her money.
Yeah.
Running up her credit card.
Yeah. And,
God.
and I was like, you know what? This woman did a damn good job with this story.
These men in that book deserved everything they got.
Yeah, they did.
And that's what I like about
Sweet
it. Like
revenge.
these women are morally gray characters, but they're like doing bad things for a good reason.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Batman thing, right? Like the ultimate reason is good, but the things they're doing aren't good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which I like. I like it.
Yeah. So that was my biggest surprise. Okay. I'll take All the Dangerous Things off because you know what? I enjoyed that one. I gave it a 4. I liked it. It didn't surprise me as much now that I talk about it, but The Lies I Tell, The Lies I Never Tell.
The Lies I Tell.
The Lies I Tell.
Lies I Tell. I don't even think it's I think it's Lies I Tell. I think.
Yeah. Julie Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that one had been on my TBR for a while too, and it kept popping back up. I'm like, I might as well read it.
I think it was on mine too, and but yeah, it was surprising. How about you?
So I picked this book from a different point of view. So it was surprising not because it was so good, but surprising because it wasn't as good as I thought. On a second read. So you know what I'm about to say.
Girl.
So to me, the biggest surprise of the year was that Gone Girl did not resonate and was not as good as it was the first time around. 10 years later, it didn't hit like it did on the first time. Thank you. I'll take a bow.
Girl, you
That was a
win the
shocker.
fucking prize today. Because
Thank
you're
you.
right. That's exactly what we said. And you are absolutely right.
I was shocked. Yeah. I'm like, why is this book so long? What?
Yeah, because you know what? There was nothing surprising. You know, like with some books you can go and like, oh, I missed that. And everything, it was once it
This is
got
a
to the end,
one-time.
it was a one-time read. You're right. Oh God. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
That was.
Thank you so
It really
much.
was.
Yeah.
It really was. Yeah, we agreed that it didn't hit the same way.
No. And that surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But
it was good while it lasted. You know how
yeah.
they say some classics, you just don't touch them classics.
Don't touch it.
Just read it once.
Gone Girl is a 5-star read. And because I loved it, I didn't change the rating. I honored the original rating.
Yep, exactly.
But it is definitely a one and done.
Yeah.
Once you know, you know. There's nothing more.
No, there's nothing to surprise you or yeah. I can't, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were looking forward to it too. Like, yes, I'll read this again. Yeah. And it was like, okay.
I
can't believe this is 10 hours. Really?
Like, why is it so long? But you know what, though? The best part about it was that some people in the book club, it was their first time. And I got to see the excitement of
like
them.
How we were. Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Damn virgins. Damn Gone Girl virgins.
I know. They had such a good time.
Yes,
they
did.
Such a good time.
Yeah. Right. And we also watched the movie. Still love the movie. That damn Ben Affleck and his
he is naturally a bad guy. He is naturally
his facial expressions.
Yes,
yeah,
I believe it.
Because even now with Jennifer, like when he gets out the limo with her, he'd be just like, oh God.
He'd be looking like bothered. Like, leave me alone.
Yes. He got the resting bitch face for real. The resting Ben face.
Yes, he does. He got that badass Batman attitude.
Yes,
that
he does.
Playing.
Oh, I did not like him as Batman. But anywho. But yeah.
No offense, Ben Affleck. No offense.
No.
But we're just saying.
Yeah. You have it.
So I guess you're doing your job well.
I was going to say, right. Yes. Yeah, good. Oh, that was so good. Yay.
Yay. Okay, so this is a great time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to cover more books from the book club perspective. So please check out these commercials by listening to those. You are supporting the podcast. Don't forget to check out the book review journal available right now on Amazon. Stay with us. Today's episode is brought to you by the Shelf Addiction merch store. Check out all the bookish t-shirts, notebooks, mugs, and more. Don't miss out on these original designs, perfect for any book nerd. Support the podcast and visit shelfaddiction.com/merch and pick up your next favorite bookish item. Okay, welcome back, guys. Let's continue on. We have a couple of books to consider from the book club POV.
Yes.
All right, let's kick it off with, and I know, to be fair, we haven't had the 12th book discussion yet.
Right.
So we are considering 11 books with this.
Okay.
But I'm going to consider also what I think this one will be, because we know our core group pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
So what did you think? Which book yielded the best book chat discussion from the book club perspective?
This definitely was a tie for me. Because Never Coming Home, because we cracked up so hard with this one. It was between the bobcat and the shits, the bubble guts. Oh my God. We probably dissected and ripped that book apart so bad, but it was so funny. I don't think I've seen Trinette laugh so much in the book club discussion. It was memorable. I felt like that was one of our better ones. And the other one is The Last Word.
Oh.
Because that damn Nikki had me at the
Oh
ending.
my God.
I still think about
She's
that.
so funny. Thank you, Nikki, for that. That was awesome.
Man, she had the alternate ending that made you say, huh.
Things that make you go,
And I was like, no. And she's like, no, look, think about it this way. And I was like,
oh,
and she's like,
might be right.
okay. And then
I'm
after
just
that,
saying.
I'm still thinking, like, oh my God, it might be.
It might be.
Yeah. So those, and I would say they were good because I remember them. We were laughing. We were still chatting in Discord afterwards. So those were my, I felt like were some of the best discussions.
Okay. So I have another one. Honestly, I think we have so many good discussions throughout the year. Like even if we all hate it, it's a fun hour of ranting.
Yes.
If we all love it, we are glowing all over it. And if it is split, guess what? We have a really good conversation going back and forth.
Yeah.
So all of them are really good. But if I had to pick a star, I remember us having a lot to talk about with Stone Cold Fox.
Oh.
I remember we really dug into that whole mother-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
We talked about like the crazy child stuff that was going on. I just remember like for some reason that just stuck out in my head.
Yeah.
As a meeting where everyone was like shocked by the things happening
The
in the
grooming
book.
that the mother did to because she was a grifter too. So we kind of almost had like two grifter books almost like back to back. But yeah, the mother groomed her daughter to date rich men.
Yeah.
And get their money and move on.
And I don't think anybody really liked the book exactly.
Yeah.
But the conversation around it.
Right.
You know, I can't remember anyone particularly liking the book.
No. But yeah, but it was good conversation. It was, yeah, it really was. I agree.
But I do also agree with you with The Last Word. That was very memorable.
Damn, Nikki. You hear me, Nikki? And in case you do, I still remember. I still remember.
You did it. Oh my gosh. Which just rolls in nicely to the most hated book in book club, the one that most people did not like. And I'm going to tell you how I figured this out. On book club's app, most of the members read it. So I can see the club rating by the book club meeting. And this had the lowest club rating. So you guys, on book clubs, it's out of 10. So when I add my rating, I just times it by 2. So if I give it a 4, it's an 8. If I give it a 3, it's a 6, etc. So I add mines and I see other people are rating it. So can you guess the lowest rated book?
Hunger.
No.
What?
I just mentioned it 2 seconds ago.
You know what, too? Because a lot of people didn't read Hunger, I think, too. That might be.
I just mentioned it. It was my most conversation. Best conversation.
Oh, Stone Cold?
It had, out of 10, it had a 2.75 club rating. That is so low.
And
get low. So low.
And I can't remember which book we read, and a young lady was like, oh, if you guys like that book, and it might have been The Lies I Tell, and she said, you might like Stone Cold Fox, and that's why we picked that. I remember because I wrote it down. So I think it was recommended after The Lies I Tell, and then we had gone to Thriller Fest, and that author was on debut author, some kind of top or like whatever list that was of debut authors. she
Mhm.
was, and we was like, okay, let's try her. She's on the most anticipated debut
Yeah.
authors list or
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
And we decided to try it. And
Wah,
books
wah.
are a crapshoot. You never know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, on the flip side, I checked the best rated book club read,
Okay.
The Last Word, coming in with an 8.8 out of 10 for the club. Club
Dang.
average rating. And that was a big meeting. We had 9
Yeah, we
people. That was
did.
a big meeting.
Taylor did his thing.
He pulled the people and everybody showed up to
And
talk.
I think that was a lot of people's first Taylor book.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor, we recommend it you highly, in case you are listening or anyone who is affiliated with Taylor.
Yes.
Yes. I think I met him in a chat or something, and I told him how we loved this book. But anywho, yes, Taylor. Yay.
Yeah. So he won. He was the winner of the book club,
I
in
like that you
2023.
can see the statistics in book club. Go ahead, book
Yeah.
clubs.
Yeah, if you go to the meeting section.
Yay, that's so nice.
Yes.
That's so nice.
Yes. So from our point of view, to all the book clubs in the world that also need book recommendations, what's the book that we read this year that you would recommend to them if you can only recommend one?
Oh, girl. Do I have to say?
The Last Word? Same. I wrote that down. I'm like, obviously, because
duh,
everyone loves it.
Yeah. It was so good.
And book clubs can relate again because you talk about books, you review books essentially. So you can understand what is happening in this book, and you will feel some kind of personal, tied to it, which is probably why it rates so high.
Yeah.
Because it's like, damn, this shit is in the news, authors going crazy.
Exactly. And I was talking back to the book like I was at the movies, like, girl, don't go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a very, very good book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you know what else I was happy about that what we did this year? We read a lot of new authors this year. And I mean, we read some last year too, but a lot of times we kind of stick to some of the people that we usually read. Like, we've read, well, we haven't read Samantha Downing as a buddy read.
No.
We read separately, but we did Darby Kane and Taylor are 2 that we've read before. But everyone else were first time reads for us. And I mean last year too, but I was really, granted it was only an average of 3. But I was glad that we opened up and tried some new authors. Because sometimes, because you always want a good read, so you stick to what you know. But
right.
I'm glad, we've been venturing out these last couple years.
We have.
Yeah.
For whether it's for better or worse.
Right, because like we mentioned, just because we don't like the book, it doesn't mean it's not going to garner a great conversation.
Yes. It usually does, because there are things to break down, things to discuss, good and bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes we like to create better endings or better plots in general. We've done that.
Yeah.
like
they
this
would
would be
been so
better.
much better if they would have did blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited that some new authors that I may try again. Some I'm just like I'm one and done. But that's reading.
Yeah. And I'm always, some people really just stick to what they know, but that really limits your enjoyment, because how do you know? You might find the next best thing,
Right.
but you would only find it by trying something new.
Right. And learning new stuff. Like, we know more than we need to know about turtles now.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We entirely do.
Land.
And we know too much about the Donner Party as well.
See?
Yeah.
Yep. We've learned a whole lot and learned about bobcats and where they're located. And
And how to trick your husband into thinking that you're dead.
Yes. And how not to hide your spouse, or if you do hire someone, not to, follow suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all kind
Oh
of
my
crazy
gosh.
shit.
Yeah, we learned all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
For next year, 2024, I feel like I want to put my biggest effort ever into finding excellent tier 5, level star 5 books. I feel like I missed that. We've
Oh,
had
gosh,
2
yes.
years of no 5s, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think in my mind that if I'm like going for the best of the best,
Mhm.
I think that entails doing more research than I've done in picking the books.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this.
And I might even turn to some more trusted recommendations, meaning sources that I trust, other podcasters, other YouTubers that I watch regularly.
Right now, let's do this.
Yeah, I'm going to really try to get at least 2 or 3 5-star reads next year. That's my goal. That's my goal. 2 or 3.
Let's go 2024.
Yes, if I can get 2 5-star reads, that's like 200% better.
I'm with you. I'm not asking for a whole lot.
Yeah.
Not asking
Come
for a whole
on.
lot.
Yeah, just give me a couple.
Now, let me go here with you with the 5-star. What's the oldest year that you will go? From 2024 to what? Like 2 years back or 3?
5 years. 5 years. That's as far as I'm willing to go back, because things start to change when you get like a decade or more. You know what I mean?
Okay, girl.
So 5 years. We'll give it 5 years.
We'll
We'll
give it 5.
expand, because we usually try to only read
Between
really
2 and
current
3.
books.
Yeah.
But I'm going to open it up only because we're really trying to find the best of the best. So with that, our listeners, our dear reader friends, if you have what you consider a 5-star read, hit me up and share it with me.
Yes.
Find me on X, on Instagram, join the book clubs, and send me a message. Same for Classy.
Please
reach out to her.
Yeah. Are you going to post that on X? Like,
I might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
I
then
will.
we could get together and maybe go through that list. I might do it too and see if we come across the same. If we come across similar books, that might be one of our selections.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
I want 5-star reads that are published in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
5.
Okay. Cool.
Let's do it. We're going to try, y'all, because I get tired of complaining.
Yes. Thriller, mystery, suspense. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to try our hardest. That's our goal. That's our goal. We agree on a goal for the Buddy Reads.
Yep, I agree. 5-star reads within the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For books
we're going to try to get as many as we can.
Excuse me. Yes.
I want the best year ever.
Yes. Even if we get 2, we've done better than we have. Ooh, like
a long time.
Let me look in Goodreads to see when is the last time. Come on, Buddy Read.
Okay, I can just sort by rating and tell real fast. I'm going to go to my Buddy Reads shelf and then sort by rating.
Pretty Little Wife.
Yeah.
That was 2021.
A Stranger on the Beach in 2019.
Oh my God. Girl, see, when these type of books just give you those kind of feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those were our last 5. Stranger on the Beach, Pretty Little Wife.
Yeah. And let me just say, 2019 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
2021 was kind of a long time ago. It feels like it.
Yeah. And then like that 4 was, we had a lot of 4s in 2019.
Yeah, we had a lot of 4s.
Yeah.
Even that's better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if we're hitting like 3 or 4 or 5 4s, half the time we're rating it 4s. That's really
still a
good
good
as
year.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2019 was a good year, and we haven't had
Yeah.
anything since.
No,
All right,
we haven't had
guys.
any stars, so bring it
Yes, we
on.
ready. We
Yeah, we're ready.
are ready. I'm ready now. I love that goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad
Mhm.
because I'm like, enough is enough.
Yeah. And granted, like the first 3 books, because we've already selected those,
Yeah.
you know, it's that's how we started the year. But come what?
We still have 9 more times.
From April to December, y'all better
Mhm.
bring the list.
Bring your best.
Yes.
Your best. Because I'll be like, Teresa said.
Taking names. Taking names.
Or Stacy or whomever,
Mhm. We're taking names, folks.
Yeah, so bring your best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Wow, that's it for 2023.
Yes. It's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Oh my gosh. If I can find some fireworks, I'll put them in here.
I know. Please do. All right.
Oh, it's been a great year, Classy.
It is. Whenever we get together and read, it's always good. But we still want some 5s and more 4s, but it's always a good time reading with you, reviewing. We went on a trip. We haven't been on a trip since 2019, 2018.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, yeah.
We should try to do one next year, too, 2024.
Yeah, I hope so.
Even if it's a short one, we should try to do one.
Yeah, even if it's a little bitty conference. But yeah, I agree.
Yay. Okay, y'all. So it's been great. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And we'll see you in 2024. Take care of yourselves. Bye, guys. If you enjoyed today's episode and would like to show your support, there are a few things you can do. Head on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a positive 5-star review, or like this episode on your favorite podcast player. It seems so simple, but it really helps me out. You can share this podcast with other book nerd friends or on your favorite social media space. You can also join the Shelf Addiction Patreon family. For as little as $2 a month, you will help us produce even more awesome content for your ears. You can also consider joining the Shelf Addiction official Facebook group, where we talk all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. You can also reach us via email at info@shelfaddiction.com. Thank you for listening.